I have a double bear flag sandwich.
Oh, it's white. It's just good. Well, here I am in my room next to the sun. Hi. Hey, it's me, Gazbot. It is day 5. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. Ich, ni, san, yon, go. Eins, zwei, vier, something, dreer, fünf. Anyway, I'm counting to 5 in languages. Sort of, maybe. So, have I done my work today? No! But it's only 4:30. Got up early, did the whole yard sale thing with my father, and we struck out big time. But then I said, let's go to that flea market we went to the other day because it's the weekend and we'll have more stuff. He didn't find anything good, but we had a better time because there were things there, and I bought myself a pile of toys. A pile being 3. All Power Ranger related. Whatever, I'll show you in a minute. I'll cut to me with them right here.
What's this big block of bric-a-brac?
Are you just bric-a-brac? No! He's a robot command center from Power Rangers SPD. Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm Trench. I was only $1. I don't have an X.
I am Dino Thunder White! Ha 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 ha! I'm also known as the Abba Killer from Super Sentai. I'm at least 12 inches tall!
This is how I play with toys. So I did that, then we met up with Q, had a late lunch, late breakfast, early lunch, whatever you want to call it, food things at a diner that was bear-themed. Good. Now, my father's taking a nap. Q's working. I just caught up a bunch of social media, packed up some eBay things I need to send out. I'm going to do my 30 minutes right now, and we'll talk again afterwards. Thank you. Look, I'm back! Now the sun is on this side! Ha ha! Meaningless. Okay, I've done my half hour. I would like to do more. Things are getting crazy. It's funny because I'm feeling very stressed out in terms of time frames, the things I need to accomplish, and all the trips coming up and stuff, but not really about the 100 days. Not really about the horror issue 2. Fitting that 30 minutes in is making me feel good and productive despite everything else that's going on, and it's not, I've never been like, oh man, if I didn't have to do that 30 minutes, I'd be so on top of things. So it's weird, but in a way, amidst all the crazy hecticness, forcing myself to put 30 minutes into my book is like a sort of a steadying force, a grounding force, a track that I'm on that is slow and steady wins the race kind of thing. And again, I'm not making crazy good progress, but I'm further along I was than 5 days ago or 4 days ago, several. And so today I did my 30 minutes. And what I have done is, hey, thumbnails. I did 4 of them once again, so I'm maintaining my 7.5 minute average. But to be clear, I'm not saying done, forever, unfinished. You know, I am going to probably change these. That's part of the reason I can do them so quickly. Part of it is that they're basically scribble, and the other part is that I'm not married to them. It's like, this is what's coming out. It looks about right at this point, first pass, but I have no problem redoing them later in the next phase if I need to. So, I did 4 pages. Which means I have 1 left to do, which makes the book, at this point, 28 pages long. Now, I strongly suspect it's going to become 29 pages, which I don't want it to. Not related to storytelling, not related to workload, but related to printing. If you don't know, the way printing works is you have to print in multiples of 4. So a sheet of paper like this is folded in half. There you have your comic. And it'd be 1 page. You open it up, 2, 3, and 4. And they're all stapled together like this, so if you get a comic, it's X amount of sheets stapled together that are twice as long as the comic is after it's folded. So if I do 28 pages, that means I need 7 of these sheets and another one for a cover, and if I want to put ads or something else, I'd have to add more sheets in. But theoretically, 28 divided by 7 is 28 divided by 4 is 7. So 7 sheets, and you also have to pay per sheet usually. So that's more cost, and if it's 29 pages, then that means I have to do 32. I can't do 29. I have to do 32, which means I need 8 sheets, which now I'm paying for a whole other sheet. So that might be how it has to happen, and, you know, whatever. Then I have an extra page to put in an ad for a friend's comic or something like that, or a pinup or whatever. But considering my last book was 24 pages, I'm already at 28. I'm already adding 4 pages. If I could make... Like I said, the script right now, the way I have it, even with the pages I added earlier on, comes out to 28 pages, and I'm okay with that. if that ends up being the final. But these pages feel like I need to space them out. I'll show you what I mean. I mean, it's not going to mean much. But like you can see here, this page has discussion on the top. Then it has sort of hero shots and then a big action splash. And I feel like if I got rid of this and put this on another page, I could make these small and have a most of a page action splash. Similarly, on this page, it's the exact opposite, where there's these 3 big actions and then people talking on the bottom. Now, it's totally possible to have action and talking on the same page, but I'm thinking for maximum impact, I might want to rearrange it so that I take the panels off of each of those, make that a new page, and then each of the ones with the big action splashes get more room to breathe and have excitement. It seems like an easy fix, and I should just go ahead and do it and, you know, let it be a bigger comic. What are you going to do? One of the things that's holding me back, aside from everything I just said, is that I have this idea, and it's not set in stone, and I'm not even sure where I got it from. It might just be like an instinctual, subconscious thing I picked up from reading comics, but I like to keep pages, if at all possible, in one location. What I mean by that is, if I start a scene in a coffee shop, I prefer to end it in a coffee shop and turn the page, and now we're at the bus station. It's not always possible, but I kind of like that. And especially the more extreme change, the more I want to do that. So if I have the same character go from the coffee shop to the bus stop or whatever, I don't worry about it as much, but I have a lot of scene changes where I have people in the military at the base talking, and then the next scene is, you know, Boots at the retirement home talking, and then the next scene is another character in its jet, you know. I would prefer to keep those scene changes on the page breaks. So, for example, this page with the 2 panels on top that I would like to cut out and put on their own page. These are 2 panels of Boots and Koji talking at the retirement home. The rest is action, but it's like what they're talking about. They're discussing it, so it's related. So this page all makes sense. This page is all at the military base. That's the military commander. So this whole page starts with an establishing shot of the military base, has some discussion going, and ends with the military commander yelling at everybody. Self-contained. If I take these panels off of this, they now go sort of on the bottom of this page, which means that these 2 panels go to the beginning of the bottom of the last page, and it starts to become a thing where there's 4 panels, and then it's the first 2 of the military page, and then there's 4 in the military. It could work, but I feel like it's less tight, less succinct, less clear. Once again, clarity. So I gotta mess around with that. Now, some of these problems might be solved once I get it on bigger paper, because I'm working about roughly half print size, and I'm going to be drawing even bigger. I'll be doing it mostly digital, but you know, you can blow it up. And it's the equivalent of when you work traditionally with comics, for those that don't know, usually if it's analog, you know, ink, paper, you're going to have an 11 by 17 sheet of Bristol that's marked out to about 10 by 15 inches. And then that's reduced to whatever comic size is, which I can't remember off the top of my head, but you know, regular comic book size. So I'm working smaller than regular comic book size, where the final art will be larger. But my next phase is to work at size. I'm gonna, you know, open up, I'll scan these or take pictures, put them in the computer, and then I'll have the actual exact dimensions, and then I'll work not bigger, but the exact size it would be printed. And I'm hoping that'll solve some problems, because this is smaller and cramped, kind of on purpose, because I have a tendency to draw small and cramped and put too much balloons in it. So I'm hoping that by doing it this way, when I go to the next step, maybe this panel, oh, I can move it up an inch and it's fine, and now it's got plenty of breathing room and I don't have to worry about it. I won't know until I get there, and if I have to change it, I will. And, you know, I can't let this book be over 30 pages, so I don't mind letting it grow a little bit, but we'll have to see where the cuts can be made. And I have one more page of thumbnails in this phase, which I'll be doing tomorrow, not today. Today I need to go work on some other things. It is early in the day. We haven't eaten dinner yet, but I'm making burritos and guacamole with my dad, so that's going to take a while. Then we're going to eat. And then I have just other life stuff to do. Again, I mentioned this the other day. It shocked me that I'm like, oh, I'm going to be leaving for Chicago at this point in 3 days, essentially. And I'm really not ready. I'd hope to have the horror standee or some new, like, prints. Or I'm not going to have any of that. I'm going to restock what I have. And I did just do 3 new prints a week or 2 ago for another event. But I was, like, ambitious. Like, I'm going to have 3 more new prints. And it's like, nope, I won't. You know, so. But again, that stuff's stressing me out. This is not. This is the slow and steady wins the race. This is the calming hand of the comic narrative form. This is the Horror A4, issue 2 in progress. And this is day 5. And if today is day 5, well, you know what that means? That we've barely just begun and have 95 days remaining!